What's going on, everybody? Russell Clay for another video. We are going to be talking about Chris Evans today and why I like him for 2022 fantasy football. I am a staff writer over at fantasyguru.com. If you want to check out all my content, definitely head over there. If you're already at Fantasy Guru, you did the work there. So thank you for that. But without further ado, let's get into the point of today's episode. We're going to be talking about Chris Evans, why I like his profile, why I like what I saw in 2021, and really everything that I like about him. We're going to be going through quite a few tabs here and firing off into the ethos. Why we love this 202 ADP in best ball drafts. So, when we look at Chris Evans, and also like and subscribe on the YouTube if you're over there, I would really appreciate that. So Chris Evans, a 5-year player out of Michigan, I believe, 4-year player. Yeah, basically missed 2019 and came back and was not really a factor in his final year at Michigan. Only 25 touches in only 6 games. Weird COVID year, but nonetheless, was a guy that, I talked about. I did the profile breakdown for him. If you want to see that, definitely go check that out over at fantasyguru.com if you want to read the whole college profile. But he was always an explosive weapon, especially in that true freshman season. We got to see, hold on, let me check if my microphone, all right, well, we're firing off either way. Hopefully the microphone sounds good. If it doesn't, you'll know that your boy made an error in the microphone. So hopefully it's clear right now. But the point is, back to the point, Michigan, look at that freshman season. 7 yards per carry, 14 yards per reception on 6 catches, 701 total yards and 4 touchdowns on 94 touches. Really electric in that offense, and was a guy that anyone who does draft stuff kind of looked at. Okay, this is Michigan. He scaled a depth chart in his freshman season, and looks like good things are ahead. And then 2017 came, was kind of de-optimized in a very painful to watch passing offense. Didn't have much of a chance to emerge beyond, a secondary role because that passing game was so putrid. I believe I'm remembering that correctly. Yeah, look at this. John O'Corn started 9 games, 2 passing touchdowns. It was so painful. They had Karen Higdon there, who was an upperclassman, and Ty Isaac, who was a former 5-star recruit. But, Evans played this third down sort of explosive back role, and I thought he did that fairly well. So, there is context here, but there's a reason, why he did slip to the 6th round. So, let's look at one more piece of his profile, and then we'll get into the case for him for 2022 on the Cincinnati Bengals. So here's some important context for Chris Evans. Look at this athletic profile. 95th percentile burst score. That's basically the vertical and broad jump combined into a metric. 4.57, 4.52 at his pro day. So he's not a full speedster, but he does have immense athleticism, sort of like a Jerick McKinnon, who doesn't have immense straight line speed, but is basically jumping out of the gym. But because of that final year for Evans, he did fall to the 6th round of the 2021 NFL draft. But I think it's really important to emphasize that when a guy falls in the draft, if he can get on the field in year 1, which Evans did, that's a really, really good signal. And Evans not only got on the field in year 1, but he made some pretty nice plays. And, the best one was probably this against the Detroit Lions. And you probably say Detroit Lions. And I say, listen, he's split out right here. This is him. And, yeah, let's take a look at this. I guess we can have the sound on. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. It's just beautiful. The fact that they trusted him enough to run a wide receiver route, the fact that he was able to get open. Look at that move. So Chris Evans is definitely a guy that flashed in year one on limited touches. Joe Mixon stayed healthy all year, and Samaje Perine, year 5 for Samaje Perine, I believe. They trusted the veteran more on most occasions, but they did start to use Evans in that third down role, including a little bit in the playoffs. And I think that's really important to note, that they were trusting him with a role in the playoffs and also the end of the regular season. So I just think it's really important to note all those things. What did he do in the playoffs? Did he have... So he didn't do much, but he did get some snaps. He played special teams. That's kind of what I remember. And then he was getting snaps sparingly in these games. But, to play it all and to not even be on the practice squad in year one is a really good signal to me. You see these touches on 32 touches. He put up 228 yards from scrimmage. That's 7.1 yards per touch, 4.5 yards per carry. And, as mentioned, he was really great in that receiving role. Even beyond that touchdown, he did have another receiving touchdown, and he averaged 10.1 yards per catch. I mean, for a running back out of the backfield as a third down back, that's pretty good. So, all right. So that's kind of some of the context here. Next in line, let's take a look at the Joe Mixon era here in Cincinnati. It's been one where this was his first year that he actually stayed healthy, and he was fantastic. Joe Mixon is undeniably one of the best running backs in the NFL when healthy, but he's coming off a 334 touch season. He's played one full season. He was banged up in 2019 as well. While it does say he played 16 games, there were a few that, he wasn't really a full factor. I do believe he will be a fully featured back if he's healthy. I do think he'll get 15 to 20 touches a game and end the year with, right around that 334 total touches again. As you can see through his, last 4 years, 3 of them he's been over 280 touches, and the only reason he wasn't in 2020 was because he got hurt. So, but he has been banged up quite a bit, and as we've seen, once these running backs get to 25, 26, 27, there's really no way to know when these guys are going to fall off a cliff. So, there's definitely upside there. Veteran running back as a starter. As mentioned, Samaje Perine, let's take a look at this depth chart. Samaje Perine is listed as the main backup, and I do think if Mixon goes down, he will be the main runner between the tackles. But in a Nyheim Hines way, I see Chris Evans emerging as sort of a Nyheim Hines. So if, let's say, Mixon goes down, I think we'll see Perine with 10 to 12 rushing attempts, maybe a catch, and then we'll see, Evans playing a lot of third downs. So if these games are close or the Bengals are trailing, we could see a little James White action here. The other factor is that this offense is going to be fantastic this year. So you want pieces of good offenses, even if they may not look like featured players. Having a guy with Joe Burrow as the quarterback and Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd all taking attention away from those intermediate and close to the line of scrimmage areas, I think we really have to take the receiving role in this Bengals passing game for the running back very seriously, and that goes for Mixon as well. We saw him dominate at times on those short screens and stuff. If Evans can slide into that, I think, even a Travion Williams, if he slides into that, would be effective. But because I like Evans the player, I see extra upside here. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot going on here that I think could work in Evans's direction. as I mentioned, Mixon has not played a bunch of full healthy seasons in his NFL career. We have an elite offense here. And lastly, Evans is going around Zamir White, Deontay Foreman, Jerick McKinnon, and Sony Michel. He is free. He's your final round flyer. He's not a guy you're going to have to pick up in your redraft or season-long leagues right away. People are probably going to hone in on Samaje Perine. But Evans, a guy that's kind of been sliding up here, he was going undrafted for a while now. Seems like people are starting to shift into believing he can be, fantasy relevant this year. He's a guy I think is definitely worth the risk in this range. Maybe not the same floor as these guys, the J.D. McKissicks, the Jerick McKinnons, the Deontay Foremans, but I do see him profile similar. Guys that are not even for sure handcuffs, but have talent. I believe, Evans is right in that McKinnon tier. If Clyde Edwards-Helaire or if Clyde Edwards-Helaire or Ronald Jones don't seize the moment, I could see things happening for McKinnon as well. So I guess that's it. That's my case for Chris Evans this year. Again, the Bengals offense is one of the main reasons, but I really like Evans as an upside play as a receiving down back. So if you guys liked what you heard today or thought anything was insightful, please give this video a like and also subscribe to the channel. As always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking out Fantasy Guru. Just a little plug for the other guys at the site: Jeff Manns, Ray Flowers, Ted Schuster, Armando Marcel, Tyler Beaker, Rich Mileto. We got Mike Dempsey, Kyle Elfrink, all those guys as well. Definitely check out the site. Definitely check out all the fantastic football content we have going on up until kickoff of week 1, and then we will be there for you guys. Check out the Discord. Come hang out, talk about your drafts, and have some fun. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I will see you next time.